Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wyoming Valley West football. Joining us is senior LJ Wesneski. Well, LJ, good start for you guys. You get out to 1-0. Delaware Valley is up next. Let's first talk about a little reflection on the first game of the season for the Spartans.
We came out a little shaky first half. We're not moving the ball, how we wanted to. But we regrouped at halftime. Came out and played some fun football and got the win.
You talk about your team this year. You graduated some talent last year, but you have some of those guys back, some weapons. Let's first talk about the leadership role there with the seniors.
Back-wise, we have Jason Wall, Chris Reese, Chris Wolf, Devin Weidman. We have a good line up front, a good receiving core. We have mostly all our receivers back. Especially then we have a couple juniors stepping up, Jake Shimo and Sean Judge. He's always a threat. Defensively, we're still pretty solid. We have a couple young guys taking responsibility, and I think if we play our game, we should do well.
LJ, how about your role overall? Tell us about the kind of guy you are. Vocal leader, lead by example. What's the mix for you?
I just want to help him any way I can. Whether it's offensively, defensively, any role that I could play to help Valley West get a win is what I'm going to try to do. And I'm not doing it out there doing it alone. I have plenty of guys helping me.
You talk about your skill set on the offense or defensive end. Do you have a preference as to what you play? And tell us about the type of athletic ability that you have.
When people ask me that, I always say I prefer offense, but I love playing defense too. Offense, I don't mind whether I split out at the tight end spot there. I like going up making some mismatches. Defensively, just try to spin quarterback. That's what my main goal is.
Well, you've had a few quarterbacks over the years. Let's talk about this year's quarterback. Tell us about what he can do for you.
This year we got Aaron Austin. He's definitely come a long way from the start. He's very athletic. He can throw. He can move. He can run the ball. He's very good. I think he got his first game jitters out, and he should be playing his game.
LJ Wesneski from Wyoming Valley West here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. LJ, you talk about playing at the next level. I think that's something you'd like to do. Tell us about some places that you have interest in or places that have interest in you.
Right now I have 4 scholarship offers. Albany, Maine, Colgate, William and Mary. Then I have a few other interests from other schools. So, it's always a good thing. But right now I'm just trying to keep my mind focused on what the task at hand is. And I finish them this year of football.
LJ, you got to be able to get the job done in the classroom. I'm sure something that's been preached to you for a long time now. Tell us about how you do there and that work ethic that you have in the classroom.
Yeah, I do pretty well, A's and B's. I try to get my schoolwork done, get the football field, get the football work done. I have like a 3 GPA I think right now. So I want to improve that up a little bit. But school is definitely something you need to get to that next level.
LJ, let's talk a little bit about your family and some of the role models that you have that have kind of gotten you to the level you're at, and I know you want to go a little further.
My parents definitely big role models. My mom always says that my dad's my biggest fan. He's also my biggest critic. So he's definitely pushed me along the way. Before even the whole film session. My dad will go watch the film with me, tell me what I did wrong, tell me what I did right. My mom she's always a big fan of me.
LJ, when you talk about the teammates that you have, Chris Bleich is getting a lot of looks. You have some other guys on the team that are getting some looks as well. But a kid like Bleich, who's a little bit of a younger guy, he's just a sophomore. What are some things that you try to tell him, that things he can do?
He's definitely a very strong guy. Like you said, he's young, but he can get to the next level. Once he gets his hands on you, it's pretty much over from that point. He's very good. He's coming along. The only thing I'd say is that just speed, just a little bit faster. But other than that, he's pretty dangerous on the front line.
LJ, when you talk about some of the teams you're going to play this year, they're all going to be good, and Valley West is expected to have a pretty darn good year as well there for your Spartans. But talk about some of the matchups you like. Hey, it's your senior year. This is it. It's all over after this, so I'm sure you're looking forward to playing a few.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this upcoming week for Del Valle. You know, didn't play so well both times against them last year, so that's always in the back of our heads. Berwick coming up, you know, it's last shot at these guys, you know, our rivalry and everything. Then Dallas our class looks forward to, and you know, Crestwood coming off a big season. I'm really looking forward to that game as well.
LJ Wesneski's got a bright future ahead of him and some good looks that he's getting from some colleges right now. LJ, we hope that you have a great season coming up here at Wyoming Valley West as week 2 approaches.
Thank you.
LJ Wesneski, a senior tight end and defensive end here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.